Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Secrets, trust, worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
When they mined an area, they put down yellow tape right across that line, see. And if you walked on the wrong side of that yellow tape, you blew up.
Strange Tales 136, I remember it very clearly, and that was my first exposure to Kirby. And I wanted to show it to people.
Hey, yo! Welcome to another special edition from the Madness Comic Network. I'm here with my co-host, The Richness. And we are here with our very special guest. You guys know him. He is Badger. He is Nexus. He is the Punisher. Mike freaking Barron. What's going on, man?
Hello, me droogies.
Hello, me bloody droogies. How are you been? You give me a point, you get us face like that. Hello.
They said I could talk about whatever I want, so I blew my wad on Power Pop before the show even started.
Ooh, man, that must have been messy.
So now he gets to do it again.
Yeah, we're gonna do this. I'm glad Michael Barron shall lead this dance.
Every year I say it, and every year it's true.
Popcorn.
This has been one of the best years for pop music in history. But you never know it reading the traditional music press like Rolling Stone or Spin or watching the clueless award ceremonies because the pop has moved underground. I'm speaking specifically of power pop, which is a term coined by Pete Townsend of The Who to describe upbeat pop music with soaring harmonies, interesting chord changes, and a driving rhythmic beat. And this is the kind of music that used to dominate American radio. As recently as the 70s and 80s, the bands that produced power pop include the Beatles, The Who, Cheap Trick, the Beach Boys, the Bangles, a lot of other bands that begin with B, but you know what I mean. It's the kind of stuff that you love to play on your radio. It's the kind of music that can make you drive fast and get a ticket. I know from experience, believe me.
Yes.
Not that I'm blaming people, musicians in particular, but now this type of music has been driven underground. But the thing is that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of passionate power poppers out there producing music every year. That's just wonderful. It's music you play these albums over and over again and never tire of them. I'm talking about records on the level of Sgt. Pepper. And to name one that is on the level of Sgt. Pepper, Marco Joachim's Hidden Symphonies is just a masterpiece because he set out deliberately to do a Sgt. Pepper type record. And none of the songs sound like anything on Sgt. Pepper, but they do evoke the Beatles. It's just a masterpiece. But to find this music, you have to know where to look. A lot of these bands are on Bandcamp. The only radio show I'm aware of that regularly plays this music is Little Stevie's radio show on Sirius XM. Stevie Van Zandt, of course, was the bass player for Bruce Springsteen. And he has impeccable musical tastes, and he regularly highlights his bands. And there are labels dedicated to putting out this type of music. I get hung up on just the H's alone. We'll start with the Hollies. Then we go to the Hang-Ups.
Heard of them.
And then Hindu Rodeo. You've heard of the Hollies, but you haven't heard of the Hang-Ups or Hindu Rodeo.
No, I have not. That's a shame.
Those are just two brilliant bands. If you can find their records, they couldn't make a go of it. There's so many great musicians out there that put out brilliant music, but they can't make a living at it. So they have day jobs or they give up after a while. But the music is worth saving and hearing. I know because I've got a vast collection. And one of the reasons I started writing about music was because I understood you get free records. And this started when I was in college. I went over to a friend's house. He was the editor of an alternative news weekly called Takeover. Yeah. And it was radical. I mean, it was calling for the destruction of capitalism. But I went over to his house and there were albums lining the floor, just lined up against the wall, hundreds of them. And I said, Mark, where'd you get all these albums? And he said, the record company sent them to us in hopes we'll write something about them. You want them? Take them. Just write something about them.
Are you kidding? How many did you wind up taking?
Oh, armfuls.
All of them? Oh, my God. That's exactly what I would have done. I would have been like, oh, thank you. Your wall is now bare. I appreciate it.
And that's when I learned about Edgar Winter. I mean, one of the first records I picked up was Edgar Winter's Entrance, which is a masterpiece to this day.
Okay.
And many people have not heard of Edgar Winter. He's Johnny Winter's brother, and they played together.
Forgive me, I haven't.
And they put out a lot of brilliant music. They're both albinos, and they harmonize well together. And there's a record they put out called The Winter Brothers Live. And I urge you to get it because it's one of the most rousing rock and roll records you'll ever hear. It's like The Who live at Leeds or something.
Really?
But anyhow, so then
that's
after
a tall
I graduated
order there, Mike. That's one hell of a tall order.
I moved to Boston.
Okay.
And I became music editor for the Boston Phoenix. And it was my job to go out night after night and listen to new music and talk to the musicians. And this was in the 70s, and the record companies were riding high. One day, the post office delivered 70 albums to my front door. 70 albums in one
Damn.
day.
All from different bands.
Oh, yeah, from numerous different labels. Warner Brothers, Mercury, Epic, Columbia.
I can't even
they
imagine
were
your
all-
Let me
collection.
just say, let me just jump in here and say brain salad surgery real quick, and then I'll get the hell back.
Isn't that Emerson, Lake and Palmer?
Yeah, I love it.
No, they were a
Brain
brilliant
salad
band
surgery?
too.
Love it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I love prog, and prog falls under the umbrella of power pop as well.
Jesus, man. Where the hell
My
have I been?
particular favorite is Yes,
There you
Close
go.
to the Edge and Fragile.
Going for the one.
Oh yeah,
Oh, nobody even knows that Yes album, and it's some of the best stuff they ever did.
I understand they're touring with like maybe
if-
one or two original
Only
members.
if Rick Wakeman's there, man. Only if Rick's there.
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I hope he is.
Well, I got.
But anyhow, so that
I
was
have
my
that tape
job.
saved, so.
To go out and listen to music. And I'm also a huge jazz nut. And so I got to see Charles Mingus, the
You're
Duke
kidding.
Ellington Orchestra.
You're shitting me.
Metheny.
Really?
Oh yeah, I saw Duke Ellington at
Holy shit!
I think it was Roseland in New York City. And then
Oh
years
my
later, I met the
god.
Duke.
That's insane, man. That's crazy. You saw Mingus play.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was in a good mood too.
Well,
'Cause, Mingus, if he was in a gnarly mood, he'd just curse you out. But he was in a good mood.
Yeah.
He played a lot of music that night.
oh man, that's godlike. Well, when you hit that right moment and you watch the greats play, it's like something beyond supernatural.
Oh yeah,
I can't even imagine how that must have felt. I mean, for me, it would be like me going into a club like somewhere like in the Lower East Side or something like that, and Billy Joel happens to be doing a few sets or something like that with his original drummer Liberty DeVito instead of whoever the hell he's trying to replace him with. Nice try, but yeah, man, the record. Given how much you've been doing when it concerns that, how many records do you think that you have from different bands? I mean, how many have you collected so far?
well, when I moved out here from Wisconsin, I sold all my vinyl. I wish I hadn't.
Wisconsin.
I know I had over 1,000 records.
You sold all your vinyl?
Yeah, I know. It
Why?
was-
What did you get a mansion for it, or I mean,
No,
holy
I
shit,
sold
man.
them real cheap to a friend.
Oh,
Mike, where in Wisconsin?
oh my
Madison.
God! Who is this person? I'll go to his house and blow it up. And take all his records.
What was his name? Jeez.
Ah, yes, let's call him
His
out.
name was Lucky. That's what his name was.
His name
was
is
buried
Mud
something.
because
He
he's
was
gonna be
a- he was
buried
a
in the fucking
broker.
mud.
But anyhow, I've replaced all the
Yeah.
records I want with CDs. And I'm not changing formatting. Again, I don't do
don't bother.
downloads, digital smidgital. I got to have a product that I can hold in my hand and
Yeah, I agree.
and
I
read
agree.
the band members and see where it was recorded and stuff like that.
Agreed.
But
Agreed.
the explosion of pop continues. I'd like to recommend a few bands. If you like psychedelic rock, there's a band called the Pillbugs.
The Pillbugs.
The Pillbugs, and they have a 2-disc set out called Buzz for Aldrin, which is the
Buzz
greatest
for
psychedelic
Aldrin?
music I've ever heard. Yeah,
Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna start typing down some of these names so I
yeah,
can
yeah.
YouTube.
The Pillbugs.
The Pillbugs.
Yeah,
Rich, you can always go back and watch the replay and
Yeah, well, I like being efficient, pops. You know what I mean?
and for the ages, check out
why
the
we
the
that's why
Hang-Ups.
we
The hang-ups?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Hang-Ups and Hindu Rodeo, both of which are from Minneapolis, which has always been a hotbed of power pop.
Yep.
And, they did.
Minneapolis, you said?
Oh yeah,
Minneapolis was
replaced-
That's where
Motown.
Prince was, wasn't he? Wasn't that where
yeah,
Prince
Prince
was?
was from Minneapolis,
Morris Day.
and
March
Prince
Day in
and,
the Time?
Prince
Yeah.
and Larry Graham were both Seventh-day Adventists, and they used to go house to house together proselytizing. Can you imagine? Somebody
No.
rings your doorbell, and you open it, and there's Prince and Larry Graham.
Ah!
And I'm a huge funk fan, and Larry Graham's Graham Central Station, especially the first two records, are two of the greatest funk records ever recorded.
What do you know about the Brothers Johnson?
Oh, gee, that sounds familiar.
Get the
Not much, though. I can't put my finger on it.
Get the funk Tentacles? Out my face. Get the funk out.
Unbelievable.
Get the funk out.
Funk, Brothers Johnson, funk. Well, I love all things funk. In the 70s,
George Johnson was a bass player, a great bass player, and the band Brothers Johnson was.
I know I've heard of them, and I've probably heard them. I just don't have any in my collection. Because I'm at a point now where I look at my collection and I think, what should I listen to? I love so many of these records, but there are hundreds and hundreds of them. And I'm still getting new records every week to review, and I'm writing about them at popgeekheaven.com. That's one of the sites, popgeekheaven.com. And another one is powerpopaholic.com. If you want to know what's going on with exciting pop music, check out those two sites.
Oh, yeah.
What, Zeus?
Another guy, Nato Coles. If you like the early Boss, Springsteen on his first one or two records, but have no use for him since.
I'm on the show here. Go tell your dad.
Check out Nato Coles. NATOCOLES. The string cheese incident. Thank you, Phil. Yes.
The string cheese incident.
Right here in Colorado.
The string cheese incident. I've actually heard of them too.
Invite me.
Oh, there's the dog.
What?
Is that one of those talking huskies we hear so much about?
Oh Jesus! Some of those have. They don't just talk. They have fucking conversations.
What?
And then they tell you off, and then they tell you how to boil an egg the right way.
There ain't nobody else in the house can open the door. You got to.
That's just crazy.
Phil, I saw Frank Zappa. I love Frank Zappa. He put on a great show. Flo and Eddie were with him. I think it was at Beloit College back in the 70s. Zappa was a genius, so far ahead of his time.
Oh yeah, far and away. I think he was among the first who had that stance that if you don't like the music, just don't listen to it. There's other radio stations, just turn the damn channel. Who cares?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, all the censorship. I mean, no, go ahead, Mike. You were going to say something, please.
There's a wonderful documentary called Echoes in the Canyon about the music that was created in, what's the name of that canyon in Los Angeles? The Canyon.
Laurel Canyon.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
And Jacob Dylan produced and directed it.
Jacob Dylan, I know who he is.
Yeah, he's Bob Dylan's son. And it touches on the Byrds, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Frank Zappa, the Mamas and the Papas, Three Dog Night. So many great bands that lived up the canyon.
What else? Forgive me. I'm sorry. I had a little bit of a glitch here. So many of these bands looked up the canyon. What did they do? They just performed there? Oh, okay.
Well,
all right. Sorry about that.
They would always perform in each other's houses. That's how Crosby, Stills, and Nash formed. They were all getting together at Joni Mitchell's house, and one night
Seriously?
they decided to try out their harmonies, and it just clicked. And the result is Crosby, Stills, and Nash, one of the most brilliant albums of all time. Unfortunately, from there it was all downhill.
Well, it's all been downhill because, I mean, from what I've seen. I will never listen to the radio ever again because, quite frankly, there's just nothing on, and you just hear the same old shit over and over and over again. I mean,
that's true.
I mean, how many times do I have to hear Watermelon Sugar by one of the least talented members of a band that I don't even friggin' know from England, who's now, Grimace's handsome brother in the movie The Eternals? I mean, come on, man. I don't give a shit about Harry Styles. Fuck him.
Well, there is FM. I do listen to jazz on FM because I'm a huge jazz freak.
Yeah.
But you said I could talk about whatever I want. I got to mention Thin Blue Line, which is our graphic novel about two police officers trying to survive the night in a riot-torn city. And we just went over 300% of our goal.
Are you kidding? I'm not surprised.
Yeah. And, it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell, especially in Comicsgate, which is devoted to superheroes, science fiction, and gorgeous babes. But Thin Blue Line is beautifully illustrated, and my artist is a full-time police officer. But I've known Joe since long before he was a police officer, and he was always drawing. The story's 56 pages long, and it will grab you by the throat on the first page. There isn't a wasted panel or word. It's all drama. It's pure entertainment. There's no preaching whatsoever. But in a way, it's heterodox. And by that I mean it does not conform to the prevailing opinion. We submitted that book to every major publisher, and we got back a lot of obscene responses. Fuck you, get the fuck out of here, fuck the police. Those were the responses.
Why?
Because they're social justice warriors, and they're down.
He's not kidding. That's the bad part about it.
When I say I'm kidding, I'm just like, why get rid of a story from? I mean, without trying to make it seem like I'm trying to kiss up or anything. You've been writing comics and writing just about everything for the past, 3-4 decades. With your breadth of experience and your success, you would think that they'd give you some sort of a chance. The cop story can be just as compelling as anything else.
I've been blacklisted along with a lot of other creators, including Chuck Dixon, Mike Miller, Ethan Van Sciver, brilliant artists who've gone outside the system and are now doing much better than they could within the system. Because I don't know if you know what's been going on with Marvel or DC, but Ethan put together a little video of DC Comics. I'll post it to you guys later so you can take a look at it. It's just hilarious. It's about
what's going on.
Well, every issue is about how Superman is now gay, his son is now bi, Batwoman is now gay, and this one has a three-way between
Wonder Woman's gay now.
Characters. And these are their headlines. This is their hooks.
That's what he's saying. That's the only trick they have in the bag.
I know, it's the only hook trick.
That's what he's
nothing wrong with it. I mean, they deserve representation too, but the story has to entertain. That's the number one rule. Thank you, North Free.
How much more do you have on that campaign?
No.
Where are we at? We're at $24,000.
Well, how much more time do you have on the campaign? I want to back it.
We have 7 days left, 1 week. And I promise you, this is going to be the most memorable comic you read all year, and you're going to read it over and over again.
Of course I am, because it's yours.
Is it going to go in demand like Florida Man?
I'm not sure. I think so. And then we might run a Kickstarter campaign after that. Chris, who runs my programs, is a genius, but he's got a full-time job as a videographer, which is why the videos for my books are so outstanding. I mean, if you saw that Florida Man video, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Here's the Thin Blue Line. Play that video if you can.
All right.
Please do so. What do we got? Thin Blue Line digital only, Thin Blue Line print version. Okay.
Number 1. Beginning with issue number 1, Mike Baron wrote Marvel's The Punisher for over 5 years, approaching it as a straight crime comic, without any superheroes, aliens, or robots. Over the course of 60 issues, Baron elevated the gritty anti-hero into one of the most popular and enduring characters in the Marvel Comics universe. Now he brings that same ultra-realistic intensity to his latest graphic novel, Thin Blue Line. In the middle of a long, hot summer, a police shooting ignites a city. Activists, opportunists, and provocateurs descend to riot, loot, burn, and kill. Thin Blue Line follows Officer Valeria Baca and her partner as their detail guarding the mayor turns into a battle for survival. Ride along on this harrowing tale of two brave law enforcement officers fighting for their community and their own survival in a world gone mad. Eisner winner Mike Baron has created an alarming tale that unflinchingly examines human fallibility on every level. Along with penciler Joe Arnold, himself a full-time police officer, and talented anchor Jeff Slemons, they've created a moving and entertaining story ripped straight from today's headlines. Thin Blue Line exposes the defund the police movement and its consequences for society, but several comic book companies have refused to publish it. Now we're asking you to join the effort to distribute it independently and help support the men and women of law enforcement. Get your copy of the only graphic novel to offer an unflinching and not always flattering look at the men and women of law enforcement during a time when we need them the most. Not all heroes wear capes. It's a thin blue line between the rule of law and a world of chaos. Which side are you on? Thin Blue Line by Mike Barron. Order now on Indiegogo.
Thanks, Pops.
Beginning with issue.
No more. North wants to know if we're going to do a sequel. I don't know. It depends on what the reception is. It won't be for a while because I have a number of other projects waiting to drop. The next one is going to be the second Florida Man graphic novel, which is even funnier than the first. And I'm working on a Western with Pat Broderick, and it's the best work of Pat's career. It's just going to blow your
I
mind.
saw one of those pages. That man is insane.
Yeah,
how the hell you put all
one.
that detail in there? Jesus God,
Let me
man.
post one to Pop's Facebook message, and
please do so.
Maybe because I can't do it, but maybe he can post that picture for you guys to see. It's beyond my limited capabilities. I can barely operate this computer.
Computers are dumb. They don't know what you tell them.
There it is. Well, Pops, you must be some kind of electronic genius if you can get that up on the screen.
Man, no, it's not that. It's just making sure I do it without kicking myself out. You see what I'm saying? That's the tricky part. I'll be able to get it up there, but will I still be here to show it to you? It's live and learn type stuff. Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
There it is. Look at that, Rich.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're kidding.
I mean, it'll blow your mind. He's already got 25 pages penciled and inked.
Wow. Not bad.
Yeah, we're going to put out an artist proof edition, which will be oversized and just be black and white, but the regular book will be in color.
See, Bill knows.
What the hell's the terms of exception? I agree to the terms of use and have read and understand the privacy policy. Submit payment. I just backed your book.
Oh, thank you.
Cool.
I know it ain't. The name of this one is Bronze Star. And it's going to be a while before we start this campaign because we want the whole book finished ahead of time like we did with Thin Blue Line.
Mm-hmm. That's always a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
Making sure you finish it. That's what I got to do with mine. I'm not releasing mine until May. Even though I'll probably have it done by March, I'm not going to release it until May.
Have you put up any art?
Not of late. There's things that I want to take care of and I want to center and organize first. Not so much before the new year, but just for now. Because there's things I need to do. I've been drawing a lot. I just haven't drawn any pages of my graphic novel.
Right.
But I'm going to resume that shortly. Because there's a convention that I'm going to go to here in the United Kingdom that will showcase the local release of Chapter 3, whereas where I usually do the Kickstarter is, on the Madness, so.
Phil, the artist proof of Bronze Star will be black and white, and it will be oversized, but the regular book will be in color. Is this Rich Parada to whom I'm speaking?
Of course it is, sir.
Yeah.
Well, geez, I was just amazed that you faked an American accent so well.
Well, I am American.
I know.
You gotta see me when I try and speak my Irish accent, especially when I go for my Guinness. Because when I drink my Guinness,
you want to read the disclaimer?
I don't know what the fuck it is. What?
You want to read the disclaimer just to show him your British accent?
Well, I don't want to do the British accent because it's a little bit of
Do Russian.
I can't do Russian.
I'll
try Russian. I'll try friggin' I'll try a Scottish Irish accent thing. All right, you good. Put up the warning if you want.
Okay.
I'm a trained SEAL because I'm told to speak in a certain way.
Rich loves to read the disclaimer.
Well, I have to do like fuck shit pussy cunt. All right, now you can do it.
Oh yeah, here you go. Boom. Now.
The opinions of the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of Mundi Madness, Comics Talk at Pubs Van Zand, Comic-related madness at Stab, and the contributors or sponsors. The show is TV Ma, and viewer discretion is advised, you tossy effing slag.
That was great, Rich.
That was terrifying, but thank you for being so kind to me. I appreciate that. I'm just eating popcorn right now to drink any Guinness. So I don't have any fucking Guinness. That's a crime. It's a crime. It is, man.
They have local breweries in England, like
not as much. Not as much. The Guinness is one of the big ones. They do import a couple of American beers, Corona, Bud, Heineken here and there, but a lot of them are like one of them is like the Birch, Old Dirty Bastard. You know, it's the Old English piece of shit. I don't know what the fuck. You know, just one of those things.
I live in Fort Collins, Colorado, and there are 27 independent breweries in town.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Indie breweries are really good. There's Seamus. Oh, benefits is Seamus McShamus. It would have been like Seamus McManus. I'm the killer with the red hair and the violet bush.
So there's 500.
And CSU even offers a major in brewing. Colorado State University. Oh yeah, a lot of people learn to brew here. Then they never leave town. They set up a brewery here in town. A lot of them are in industrial areas and strip malls and garages.
Who's teaching a class like that?
Master brewer.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, who's the master brewer? Who's like the? I mean, who is he? I mean, who's?
I don't know, but you can look him up. Just search Colorado State University brewing major, and I'll give you all the details of the classes and who's teaching them.
That's fucking insane, man. Holy
shit.
That's much better than a comic book college, that's for sure.
They feature live music all week long. And this past summer, we must have seen over 20 bands at some of our favorite venues. And the venues are just stunning. I mean, Odell's Brewery has a patio you wouldn't believe. And many of these local bands were great. Some were not so great. You take what you can get, but a lot of them were really good.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure. Going back to what we were talking about with, I mean, we could talk about beer all fucking day. I don't care. But as far as like the music is concerned, it's wonderful that there's. I mean, in the advent of like online music and everything, it's wonderful that a lot of these power pop bands have a lot of have a medium to release their music, and at the very least catch the eye of some people. But it's really crappy that they're just overwhelmed by record companies that are trying to clamp down on whatever artists they have more than ever, because now they know that there's other services aside from just putting music on vinyl and all that. Do you find it as disheartening as I do? And do you see anything happening otherwise?
This new corporate pop that uses auto-tune, and all the songs sound alike to me.
They do.
And all I can say is thank God at least there's a melody and they're trying to sing. But I don't like it, and I don't need it, because every day there's new power pop out if you know where to look. Stevie Van Zandt has his own label. It's called Wicked Cool.
Really?
He's putting out brilliant stuff like Kurt Baker. He's a New England rock and roller. Just check out Kurt Baker, Kurtbaker. And then there's Cool Cat. They're putting out great power pop. Rumbar out of Boston is putting out great power pop. And Big Stir out of Los Angeles is more great power pop. And there's so much of it. Big Stir just put out a new Nick Frater album. And if you like Yes or Emerson, Lake and Palmer, you should check out Nick Frater. Because he's writing what I call mad pop science, and that's rock and roll that doesn't stick to the traditional three-chord three-chord construction, first, fourths, and fifths. But he's always looking for new chords and how they sound good together. I mean, that's what Brian Wilson did.
That sounds almost jazz-like, really.
Well, yes and no. I mean, there is some crossover, and there are a lot of great jazz rock bands. In fact, I wrote a book about jazz rock bands.
Nicely done.
And they include Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Chase, Dreams.
That's right.
Lighthouse
Chicago.
from Canada.
Lighthouse, like the late '90s pop group Lighthouse.
Well, I don't know how late they are, but I have a bunch of their records, and that was a big band. It was like 11 pieces.
Oh wait, it's someone
I'm a
else. I'm
sucker for
sorry.
any band with horns, and I got to throw Tower of Power in there. They're by no stretch of the imagination are they power pop, but they are soul with a capital S, and they do veer into jazz because every one of those players is accomplished and able to play jazz.
Wow.
Tower of Power.
That's insane.
They celebrated their 50th anniversary this year. Can you imagine that 50th anniversary? I've seen them twice. Each time they were 45 minutes late, and the sound was perfect.
I love it. That's awesome. 50 years.
Yeah.
How do you survive that long?
Well,
Wow.
they had a lot of personnel changes, but Emilio
really?
Estevez,
Okay.
who formed the band, along with Doc Kupka, are still with it.
Wait, you
And
say
Dave
Emilio
Garibaldi,
Estevez?
Pardon?
Emilio Estevez?
Oh, excuse me.
I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, God. Hang on a second.
Who was the road manager? Martin Sheen? I mean, holy shit.
No, wait. I'm confused, boys. But
You just get a golf clap, Mike. That one was good. Emilio.
Well, we're all getting to that age where we start forgetting our
I think
things.
it's Emilio
and shit.
Esteban, but let me just check
Oh,
that out.
okay. Because fuck Emilio Estevez. He's the least talented of all the
Emilio Castillo. Emilio
Castillo. Oh, man, that's a rock name if I've ever heard one. Holy shit.
Emilio
Man,
Estevez.
I can dig it. Emilio Estevez.
I dig Emilio more than his brother Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie's just, I don't know what the fuck happened to him.
Yeah.
God damn. I actually saw him once, like, walking by. This is my big thing about, running into Charlie Sheen, which I really actually did. And that man is small. That is a short individual. That is like a Tom Cruise midget guy. I mean, he is really, really tiny. He's got to be like 5'5", maybe, if he's a fucking inch, whatever the hell he is. Because I saw him and he's crouching down, like, he just came out of like the homeless shelter that he was smoking crack in. And he's like, "Hey man, how you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, hey, don't fucking touch me."
You should give him a wedgie.
If I gave him a wedgie, God, no, ew. I don't want to know what various colors of yellow and brown is going to emerge from there. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry I brought that up. Emilio Castillo.
Yeah, Emilio Castillo. There it is. Phil should be in this thing, man. He knows far more about music than I would.
Yeah, well, if you're not familiar with Tower of Power,
I'm afraid I'm not.
Everybody loves them.
Look,
I'm sure they do.
Section. They had a horn section that was always appearing on like late night shows. Like they'd show up on David Letterman and they'd hang out with Paul in his band.
Oh, really?
Like they've been all over the place for decades.
Greatest horn section in the world.
Yeah.
And that's the tightest
really
band in the world too. Just amazing. And the funny thing is, I'm watching them on YouTube, and I'm seeing they're appearing on Soul Train in like 1968 or something, and then I go and watch their 45th anniversary concert in Norway, and they sound better. They sound better as they get older.
Yeah. You would think after a while it's like less. It's like easier than breathing for them.
Oh yeah,
that's incredible.
Now, you know who else was really small?
Tom Cruise.
Okay, no, I was backstage at a Scorpions and Aerosmith concert on my birthday back in '88 at Compton Terrace in Phoenix, right? Or
did they have color TV at that point?
Valley, okay. It's a huge outdoor venue. And I got backstage. It was my birthday. We were having a blast. Nice. And the guys from Scorpion were just coming off stage, and we got in a position where we could high five the guys coming off, and then high five, Steven and Aerosmith and Joe and everybody when they were going on stage, right? We just positioned ourselves in the right spot. And here comes the guys from Scorpions, and it's like, okay, hold up, I gotta change my camera angle here. It's like high five. high five, high five. Klaus comes up. It's like, high five.
Oh my God.
Klaus Mine is a very little guy. Okay. I mean, he's small, right? And it was like, wow, it was like I had to lower my hand to get the high five with him,
You know who else is short? Robert Redford.
Robert Redford short?
Yeah, he's really short.
God, there's a lot of short actors. They're all tiny little fucking people. They're all like the island of Lilliput. That's the fuck. Like all of us would be giants and everything up over in that piece.
Yeah, they shoot from the low angle.
What do we have here? We have more. We have interior pages of the Thin Blue Line.
Oh yeah, Ronnie James Dio was short too. He was really small too. Him and Klaus were about the same size, probably.
Oh God, really?
Shit. Yeah, they're both little.
Oh my God. And we have some original pages from the Thin Blue Line from what's the name of the penciler again? The guy who's actually the cop.
Joseph Arnold.
Joseph Arnold is rather damn good. He is rather good. He is really good. I'm going to go back for a minute.
Like you.
I'm sorry?
He's fast too, like you.
He's probably fast. He could be, for all I know, he could be faster than me.
What was funny is that Joe finished the book faster than many professional pencilers.
It's because he believed in the story. That's why. That's because he believes in the story. You see, whenever you have any type of passion like that, and you believe in the story, and you really, really want to get it out there, you're going to make sure that it's going to be perfect, and you're going to want to get it out there as soon as possible. Yeah, which I'm certain is what that guy's passion probably is. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, that's what I would do.
Yeah, and absolutely. The story is going to blow your mind. I mean, there's stuff in there that you would never expect. There's also some humor, because there has to be humor even in the grimmest story.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited. I would not hesitate to back it, and I didn't because it's first off it's it's that, and I really do like stories like this that don't involve any type of superhero stuff. Right. When it comes to that, I've had enough of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you need actual story every so often instead of ninjas, guns, and tits running around all over the place.
You will believe every word.
I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised. My cousin Anthony was a sergeant over the 23rd precinct in New York City, and for 20 years. And thank goodness, according to him, he never had to draw his gun. But he lived. He was stationed kind of around some of the more Tony areas of Manhattan. Towards he would patrol some of the West Side as well. And I used to bang a chick over on the West Side. They had apartments that were like $6,000, $7,000 a month. So it's like it's posh. So it's like crime doesn't happen here. But a couple blocks down to 9th Street, then they're fucked. But he never had to really go there, and it's a shame because I would have loved to have heard some of the stories, and I cannot wait to see some of the stories in this one. This is going to be a really good. This looks like it's going to be fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I love the art already. I love the art already. It's really incomparable. The storytelling is, as you well know, Mike, it's like it's something that I can't live without.
Hang on, Val Myerick is on the phone.
Who?
Oh, Val Myerick. Oh, he's only been around for as long as he has. As long as Mike Barron has Hello, Val Myerick. Jesus
Yeah, Val
Christ.
and I talk about once a week. And as you know, I've done a lot of work with Val. We did the Bruce Lee comic.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man, you should just send him the link, Mike. Then he can come out and talk to you.
Let me interrupt for a second. North Free is saying Joe's a policeman and a comics artist. I wonder if one day he'll commit to art full time. Strangely, I think he can do more good, affect more people positively.
Well, I don't think he will. Joe is committed to being a police officer. And with any luck, we'll get some more work out of him at some point. But right now, he's working full time. And I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he got the pages done, but he did.
One thing I do know about anybody who's a police officer, most people that I've encountered who are police officers, it's a calling more than anything else. It's something that's, ingrained within them to serve and protect. Most of them anyway. So for anything like that, for him to just up and just like walk out so he could be a continuous comic artist, as great as he is, he did a cop story right now. Hold on one second. I'm on a podcast, honey. Sorry. What? Oh, sorry, dear. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, my cat Dougal got his ass kicked in a fight and got a piece of his ass bit off.
I'm
And
sorry to hear that.
that's all right. He's a pussy. He should have done something about it.
He is a pussy.
So, yeah, literally. But she should have got on his like inner Mufasa and like scratched the shit out of this other cat. But no, he was like, no, don't hurt me. I'm passive. I'm British. I'm a British cat.
One of the things is, since we started this campaign, police officers have been reaching out to me from all over the country.
Good.
And a number of them are artists, and some of them even put out their own comic books. And we will be featuring their art in the book.
You think?
What
about an anthology?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, just put together the anthology, Mike. Just do it.
Put together an anthology, possibly. What do you think of that one?
Just do it.
You'd easily be able to command that.
Scroll down. I think there's some art from one of our contributing officers.
I'm just saying, you know what we're saying. Just put the anthology together. Get all these guys together in one book, man.
There's Lady Cop.
Well,
Jesus Christ, this art.
Joe's standards, but this one guy that I'd like to show you his name is Adam Miller, and there's a painting in there that he's contributing.
Is it the cover?
No.
Where's it
at the end? Go up.
Oh, that's painting by Jeff Simmons. Okay. Where are we going?
Jeff Simmons. That's it right there. That's,
Wait, let me go down. Let me go down.
Police Officer Adam Miller.
Let me see that.
And here's my dog demanding dinner.
And yeah, Mike is a busy man. If you look in the description of the
this is nice. This
broadcast, you'll see 3 or 4 links of stuff that Mike's got his fingers in right now.
Mike's a busy man. Well, of course he is. This is real. This is a really cool painting. I dig this.
What's up, doggy?
I dig this.
Thanks for reminding me. Gotta go let up.
And to be honest, going back to North Free, I wouldn't.
Soon.
I would he's going to be. I would like to think that he's going to stay a police officer. Because he can always be a comic book artist after he decides to retire.
Oh, Joe will for sure.
Yeah. Well, once he retires, he can go to comic art full time. But what you were saying before about how so many other companies rejected the idea and everything. Well, yeah, because it's not painting cops as as some sort of like killers or something that
I know it's insane. 20 years ago, this book wouldn't have raised an eyebrow, but in today's climate, it's
this book would have been perfect for the Giuliani era, that's for sure, especially in New York.
It's become a flashpoint for leftist rage.
That bothers. You see, I'm a lefty, but I'm a lefty who's pragmatic and definitely calls out bullshit from leftists because, the one thing that's not covered on a constant basis is that lefties can be just as insane, if not more, than extreme righties. That they're just as nuts. Like I'm not trying to sound like I was persecuted or anything like that, but there was a person that I was talking to who looked like a guy, who was a guy, until I was told this person was transgender. And this person looked at me like I just murdered his puppy in front of him because I got the wrong wrong pronoun, and started yelling at me. And I'm just like, calm down, please. Because I mean, whatever your lifestyle is, that's yours. But don't call me a low-life piece of shit scumbag because I got the wrong pronoun one time. A lot of lefties, as a lefty, I can say out loud that a lot of lefties are a little bit out of their mind sometimes, especially when it comes to
you should call yourself a liberal then.
Well, what I call myself a human being more than anything else. I mean, I lean left towards a couple of like political things, but there's also a couple of things on the right. I guess I'm neutral. Like whatever. I mean, I don't care about gay marriage, transgender, whatever. That's fine. That doesn't bother me in the least. But at the same time, I'll fully support someone if anyone's Second Amendment rights are being withheld against them. Absolutely, 100%. Because it's a second. It was in the Bill of Rights.
I know.
Before it was in the Constitution, so it's been there for over 200 years.
And there's a good reason for it. And we're seeing it right now.
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah, and I'm on the outside looking in, living in the UK.
I'm on the outside looking in.
I'm being
Smokey
screwed by Mike
Robinson.
Barron. I never thought in my life I'd ever be swooned by Mike Barron. I feel such great. That's great to hear cops are reaching out to you, Mike. They need to focus on the positive out there instead of during these hard times. Yeah, you have one bad apple out of maybe 10,000 police officers, which is far less than anyone in corporate America, or far less than anybody, who claims to be one type of person and they're clearly not. So, no, and like I said before, my cousin Anthony, who was a sergeant in New York City, very honorable man, and thankfully he never had to pull any his pistol out to have to defend himself or to go after anybody because he was shot at. He was never shot at, thank God. But still,
the cover you're showing is by Sergio Cariello.
Right?
I'm sorry, what?
That cover you're showing right now is by Sergio Cariello.
Yeah, and we're right on the verge.
Oh, I love Sergio.
Right?
I love Sergio Cariello. He's fantastic. Oh, he's always been absolutely incredible. He's always great.
Yeah, he's a great artist. We're doing a Nexus series for Dark Horse.
I could swear did he start at Marvel in the bullpen?
Oh, no. Sergio came along later. I forget what Marvel books he's drawn, but he's
because I knew a Sergio when I was. Forgive me, I knew a Sergio. I wasn't sure if it was Sergio Cariello who was working in the bullpen.
Sergio Aragonis, but he's a cartoonist.
Yes, Gru the Wanderer.
Yeah.
Did he retire or did he pass away?
Well, I don't think he's retired, but I see the Gru the Wanderer is about to become a Netflix series.
Yeah. Are you kidding?
Which reminds me that there's a Freak Brothers series on Tubi. I don't know if you're aware of this, but I'm a huge fan of the old underground comics, and the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers was one of my favorites.
Now, did you notice, though, Mike, that they took the Fabulous Furry part?
Yeah, I did. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched them all, man. Of course I've seen it, Mike. I've got the books, man.
Right. It's kind of hit and miss.
Look, I like what they did. How they're still 60s, but they changed it a little. You know what I mean?
Well, they brought them up into today, actually.
Yeah, they brought them up into 2020, but they're still hippies from the 60s.
Yeah, and they got a lot of gags out of that. The fish out of water gags.
We live in the time where doing the right thing is frowned upon. The doing the right thing has been blurred considerably.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's been picked and it's been picked at.
No,
you have
Phil,
nothing left from the carcass. Actually,
they changed the furry part because furry in comics today refers to something entirely different.
Yeah, I want to go to one of those furry conventions. I just have to. I have to just to see what it's like. Oh God, it's some venereal disease by someone in a grimace costume.
So you got other stuff too, Mike. What else you want to talk about?
Please.
Well, I've just written a script called Private America.
Okay.
Private. What's it about? It's everything Captain America should be but isn't.
Okay.
Private America.
And Gary Kissel is illustrating.
Who's illustrating?
Gary Kissel. Gary's a very fine artist. He's also a veteran. I think he did G.I. Joe for IDW. But you should Google his art. GERRYKISSELL. Gary Kissel. Great artist. And I just finished the script a little while ago, so we don't know when that's going to happen, but they're going to start working on it soon.
Wow. This is really good. Holy God. Damn, he's good.
Yeah.
He's really good. Holy shit. Just fanboy. Stop, Pops. I'm not going to do that right now. It's inappropriate.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's inappropriate, Pops. I'm not going to do that now. All right. Maybe later. All right,
I just turned in my 9th biker novel.
Yeah.
What was that? What's the title of that one? Forgive me.
It's called Khan, Khan, after a tiger named Genghis Khan.
Nice. Do you sleep ever? Do you ever sleep?
It doesn't seem so. I'm constantly sleep deprived. I have a real hard time sleeping. But I think a lot, and I write a little. I don't know how the book got done. Comics are so much easier to write than novels. I got a lot of comic writing done this year. But I finally finished that novel, and I'm very happy with it.
Do you consider this one of the best years of production from you, or is there a year that you would showcase as one of the best years in the creative industry that you're
I don't know. I mean, there was one month back in the 80s when I had 7 books come out in one month. But I'm much happier with my work today because I think I'm a better writer, and it certainly has been a productive year.
What changed in your writing style as you've evolved? I mean, what do you think has changed in your writing style? And do you think that that type of change is congruent with the way that some writers change over the years as well, or do they stick to a formula?
I don't think there's a relationship. I think I just got older and wiser, and I approach my stories more formally. I never used to outline, but now I'm a big believer in outlining. And I'm also a big believer in taking my time and never proceeding if I don't know what happens next, because that's the essential question in all fiction, is what happens next. And the reader has to care before he turns the page. And I've learned how to make the reader care, and there are a million tricks to do it. But the most important thing is that every part of the story must be interesting. You can't have any drab stretches or boring stretches. Every part of the story must be interesting, whether it's a comic or a novel.
That's right. That's absolutely correct. I read a recent. I had the temerity of picking. Well, I had the temerity of picking up a romance novel from someone who bought a couple of the first 2 chapters of my graphic novel, and I read it. And I have to say I was rather disappointed because it just became an E.L. James clone book, or a Stephanie Meyer thing, where it's like, it's the most typical, stereotypical super hot guy with whatever the hell it's supposed to be with this super hot girl, and they get together and then he uses a bunch of adjectives describing their coitus interruptus. After a while, it's like, oh wow, this is what happened. Wow, this is really thrilling. It's like, if you're gonna write something a little bit interesting and write something that's gonna get out of the expectations of what you think you're gonna read. There's an audience for it.
A tip.
Any tips for other writers? I'm sorry.
Any would-be writer should carry a notepad with him at all times, a notepad and a pen at all times, and write down anything that seems interesting, including names, titles, snatches of conversation, and story ideas. You have that notepad with you at all times. I always do.
Yeah, I hate getting out of bed and writing shit down, man, but I do it.
I do it too.
Mike, can you tell that I'm a little excited?
I turn the light on, I write it down.
Can anybody here tell that I'm a little excited and a little bit hyper right now? I apologize. I hope I haven't spoken too much.
Take a drink.
You're good.
Okay, all right, cool. Because I tend to run off.
Just like I said, I talk to Mike on a pretty regular, we talk to each other pretty regularly. And
I do not. It's comics royalty that I'm talking to, and I'm having too much fun right now at this point. So I'm going to shut up. And I'm going to stop.
A little too much fun, Rich.
I'm having too much fun. So yes, Mike, I'm having too much fun. Ha!
Now, I've also heard about some other stuff, Mike.
Yes, please.
Other stuff. What do you know about Smokes the Fox?
Oh, I wrote Smokes the Fox.
Oh, you wrote Smokes the Fox. And you don't think I'm going to plug the shit out of that one? Come on,
God.
man.
Too much. Oh, my God. Yeah, I found my glasses.
That was Justin Belmont's idea. He says, I want to do a story about a dope smoking mutant fox. So I said, oh, yeah, I'm down. It's a really good comic, too. I'm very proud of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Let me see. Let me pull that up real quick.
There's a pre-launch page. There's a sequel to it called Weaponized Werewolf.
Yes, and Weaponized Werewolf. Right. Good
Which
stuff.
brings me to Barry McLean Jr., who drew the Weaponized Werewolf, and Billy the Kid. And Barry and I are going to have a book out later this year called Cue Ball.
Okay.
Martial arts espionage thriller.
Okay, are you guys ready for this?
Ready for what? What is it?
Smokes the Fox, bro.
All right, let me get up Smokes the Fox and shit like that.
Let me get this. Let me drop this link in the chat real quick.
This is gonna be Smokes the Fox. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do you have any art?
Huh? Oh yeah, I just haven't, you know. I mean, there's a video we can check
Oh,
out,
I see it.
I was
see
waiting
it.
for
Yeah.
Rich to catch up.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm watching it. Main cover by comic book legends Don Perlin and Bob Layton.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Variant cover by Gerhard. Interior art Lee Oaks. Rodney Ramos. That's a name I haven't heard in a long ass time.
I saw Rodney a couple weeks ago.
How's he doing?
He's doing good.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Last I saw him was 2014 at New York Comic Con. No, yeah, it was 2014, right after I moved back up to the city.
That's right, Rex. Tim Vigil did a cover. That's the one on the right that you see. That's a Tim Vigil cover.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh, that's Tim Vigil. Yes, I see that. Wow, this guy's creepy.
This right here, Gunslingers in Hell.
Oh, it's another romance book.
Joe and Tim Vigil, baby.
Jesus H. Christ.
Yes. I can't open it till Christmas though.
Why can't you?
I can't open anything I get until Christmas. That was part of the great unboxing challenge.
Okay, I gotta go feed these dogs.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, we're gonna talk about this one for a little while because you know.
You go right ahead.
You know what's up, Mike.
Mike, it is really good to talk to you and good to see you again, man.
Likewise.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to you later, my friend.
Have a good one.
All right.
Well, let's talk a little bit of shit about some of this stuff. I'm looking at Smokes the Fox. What are you looking at?
Dude, yeah, I got it up on the screen right now. It's amazing.
Yeah, the Tim Vigil's out of his mind.
I had already talked to Justin about it, so I knew that, you know, Mike was in on this. And Mike would have slid right on out of here without mentioning it, too. I was like, oh, no, you don't get to get away with that.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Thank you.
Weaponized werewolf and Smokes the Fox. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Christmas theme all month, and I'm going to roll with it until the end of the month. How you doing, Aaron?
Have a good one, Mike. Thanks for everything. Yeah, man. I already have I have the website saved that he mentioned about, like, you know, the Power Pop thingy, Pop Geek Heaven. I already have that saved on my bookmarks, and I'm gonna start listening to it at some point. You know, and catch some of these bands on YouTube. All right, go ahead, watch the video.
Yeah, let's watch this Smokes the Fox video.
All right, I'm gonna see that.
The chat demands it.
The chat demands it.
The chat demands it.
I'm loyal to myself, not the chat.
Slow down, thing. I gotta kill.
Wait, I'm gonna sync it with you. So let's Okay, 1, 2, Trace, Quattro. Keep out. The military working with ET. Holy shit. Ah! Hybrids created in shadow. He looks like he just got caught watching porn. Oh my god. Jesus H. Christ. Ooh. I like dope smoking and bike riding. Interested. Weaponized werewolf action. You there, Pops?
I have to, if I don't mute myself when the videos are playing, you'll get the echo.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
I don't do the earbuds thing, man. I ain't never done the earbuds thing. I got my speakers angled away from the mic good enough where you guys don't get the echo from me. But if I play something, it fills the room and you get the echo, you know. But yeah, I like that. I've already, like I said, I had already talked to Justin, so I knew all about it.
And you're not a fan of, from what you told me, you're not exactly a fan of anthropomorphic comics.
Not really. I mean, it depends.
That's what I meant to say. My apologies.
It's going to have to be a niche that I'm interested in.
That is true. That is true.
I mean? That's, and then it's a little, it kind of depends on like I love 47 Furious Tales.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's the 47 Ronin, it's, samurai swords, and I love it. Okay. I don't care that they're squirrels cutting each other up. I just like that they're. I just love that story, and Alexia kills the art. Some things just grab you, right? And it's like, I don't gravitate to anthropomorphic books.
Anthropomorphic, yes.
But there are some that have gotten my attention, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I like Daphne's Ego Raven. I don't know if I'm liking necessarily where it's going to go.
Where's it going?
She called it porn, man.
She what?
She called it porn. I'm using
porn.
Okay?
Oh, come on, man. She has a boyfriend. You'd think that she would have to draw that. She likes what she draws, man. I suppose so.
She let everybody know ahead of time. This is the direction this book is going to go.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right? I mean, I knew a long time ago that's the direction it was going. She made a post the other day with some thumbnails, and she came out and she was just it's porn.
Oh my God.
She just, hey, own who you are. That's all. Own who you are.
Yes, I'm going to try and own. I'm going to try and own who I am. And who is Big D Wild? That's the question that we need to ask ourselves by the beginning of next year.
You beat me to it, Rich.
Yeah, that's fucked up, isn't it? I feel bad for me. No, I don't.
Big D Wild.
Who is Big D Wild? Who the fuck is Big D Wild? We'll find out soon enough. Yay!
Stay tuned, baby. Stay tuned. You'll find out all about Big D. And
we're doing the art jam this weekend, right? Coming up.
Oh yeah. North Free. The thing that's funny about that is it failed the first time on Kickstarter, and then,
you're kidding.
No, look. 47 Furious Tales failed the first time on Kickstarter.
Wow.
The second time it funded. Book 2 failed the first time on Kickstarter, and the second time it funded. And Book 3, for some reason, fails on Kickstarter. But I'm sure it's going to fund. Okay, it was real close. It was real close. So, I'm not worried about WSQ. He puts out a good product. They got 12 books planned. Alexi is an amazing artist. They have sold quite a few over on the other side on the in demand on the Indiegogo. So it's not cool. Like the books aren't moving. He's got them on them spinner racks with Comics Mainstream out there on the West Coast. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried about WSQ. That one's going to be just fine, man. Okay. I'll see all 12 of those books. I'm sure of it. What's up, Shadow Hogback?
Oh my God.
Snuck in when I wasn't looking back there. What's up, brother?
I'm sorry, my friend.
I was talking to Shadow Hog. He snuck in back there. I wasn't looking.
Oh, Shadow Hog.
What's up? So,
hey, Shadow Hog Backs. Yes. What's up?
Now, Friday night, I'm doing countdown for guy that was on Indie Bolt last night, Paul Gomez. his book ends in a couple days, so I told him I'd bring him out on the show one time before it's over.
Okay.
And then we have the Great Cyclopean Countdown.
Oh my God!
On Saturday night, and for some reason their campaign ends at 7-something in the morning. So
for me, it would be noon.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be out here the night before, but I think Chris is going to try and go all night. So if you get up in the morning and he's out there, help keep him awake.
I just might do that. I just might see if he wants to put me in when I'm doing some. Well, Saturday I'm working like literally all day at my job.
Yeah, well, it'll be like it ends Sunday morning. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. It's weird. I think that's what they said. That's why they're going to be out here all night Saturday, is because it ends Sunday morning at 7 a.m. So I was like, Diana, what'd you do? Push the button? Get up in the morning and just push the button? How did that happen? That it ends at that weird time. But anyway, either way, we're going to help them out. We're going to help both them campaigns out on Friday and Saturday night. Probably take tomorrow off.
I'm off tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow and I'm off Friday.
So you'll probably be drawing then, right? Tomorrow?
Well, yeah, I got to figure out what the fuck I'm going to do. There's a bunch of things I got to do. Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, you know what? Let me get going.
Draw what you feel, brother.
I will figure it out.
All right.
All right, my friend. I will talk to you again soon.
All right, man. I'm going to play the rest of my commercials. Get out of here.
All right, boss. Talk to you later. Peace.
Right. That was great. Mike talking about some stuff other than just comics, talking about music, and talking about his current and upcoming projects. I love talking to Mike. Mike's freaking awesome. And y'all should remember that forever. Okay. CromCon coming up. Not this weekend, next weekend, something like that. Yeah. The 25th, Saturday, the 25th, we're going to be opening presents at 3 p.m. Eastern, right here. If you want to come out and open some stuff with me, you're more than welcome. The unboxing challenge. Don't open nothing you get between now and Christmas. Come out and join Pops. We'll open all our stuff like little freaking kids. Yeah. That's what I want to do anyway. That's what I'm going to do. So, with that being said, the next day is just going to be an open mic. I'm going to be out here like this, and anybody that wants to join us, just hit me up, come out, talk about your book, hang out as long as you want. Don't care. Just going to be an open mic all day. So, Christmas, man. You know what's up. Oh, freaking ho. All right. That's it. Dope Smoking Foxes, yeah. And yes, Sam and Alexia are a great collab pair. Look. You can probably see it right there. 47 Furious Tales, framed on the wall, signed by both of them. Yeah, that's number one. You bet. Thanks, man. Thanks, Northfree. I will check you guys out on Thursday evening, probably I think I told them 6 p.m. and then I think 7 p.m. on Saturday. I'll be out here helping people get them final backers if we can. You know what's up. That's how we do it. All right, are you ready? Check this one out.
Come get some. In a world ravaged by monsters, a new evil has risen, poisoning the land and threatening humanity. Now, the Monster Matador, along with the meanest and baddest kaiju killers, have joined forces to kick its ass. Monster Matador, Afropocalypse.
I didn't know you was gonna be on Pop X tomorrow. Look, do I need to fix something? You ain't a. Yeah, I need to fix this real quick. North Free, Devil Flyer. Yeah, you guys just got the wrench, baby. Drop them links. Do what you need to do. I'm gonna get back to playing these ads.
Sunsworn Wings of Vengeance is funding now on Indiegogo. Don't miss this action-packed space fantasy adventure sure to rekindle your love for the genre. Get it now on Indiegogo or just go to sunsworn.com.
Hey, it's Belle from Liberty Entertainment Distribution. We've got quality indie comics in hand ready to ship to you now. Yes, really. And it gets better. At Liberty, publishers set their own wholesale pricing, and we don't take any fees, so don't wait. Call or visit me today at ledg.us or call 1-800-525-2091.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho. Santa-Stein, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Hey, yo, Pops here. Are you looking to be on Monday Madness? Is Monday no good? You need a special edition? Are you looking to be on the first-timer spotlight on for you new guys? Launch parties, countdowns, CromCon Monthly. We got it all right here at the Madness Comic Network, providing online promotional services for the indie comic community and proud sponsor of
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit CB